Hello everyone. Today I will tell you an interesting story that I found on Reddit about a school party. Grab some tea, some snacks and let's go. Alright, so I wasn't even supposed to be at this dance. Like, seriously, school dances have never been my scene. Fluorescent lights, lukewarm punch, the same top 40 playlists from 2015. It's all just kinda sad. I'd rather be at home, binge-watching true crime shows with my cat and avoiding human interaction. But my best friend Ava? She wasn't having it. You never do anything fun anymore, she said, fake crying and flopping dramatically on my bed. You're 17, not 70. This is our last spring dance before senior year. You will have fun, even if it kills you. I should have known that was foreshadowing. She ended up doing my hair, picking out my outfit and physically dragging me to the gym. I looked okay, I guess, nothing fancy, just black jeans and a denim jacket over a decent button-up. She wore this sparkly red dress that made everyone turn their heads when we walked in, which was kinda the point. The gym was decked out in the usual sad high school decorations, streamers, twinkle lights, a paper banner that said Spring Fling in glitter glue. The DJ was already playing something by Pitbull. Of course. Wanna dance? Ava asked, her eyes already scanning the crowd for cute guys. I wanna survive, I muttered. I headed for the snack table while Ava disappeared into the dance floor chaos. I stood there, sipping the most aggressively sweet fruit punch I'd ever tasted, watching kids awkwardly sway or try to twerk without breaking their ankles. Just your average high school dance. Until it wasn't. It started with the speakers. 1 second we're vibing, well, they were, and the next there's this high-pitched screech, like someone plugged in Satan's AUX cord. The lights start flickering like full-on horror movie mode. And then? The gym doors slam shut. Hard. Everyone stops. Like, dead silent. Even the DJ freezes. Then someone, probably a freshman, lets out this tiny, terrified, "Was that a gunshot?" And just like that, people start panicking. I'm still at the snack table, holding a cube of questionable cheese like it's going to protect me. My brain is trying to make sense of it. Was it just a power surge? A prank? Part of the DJ's set? But then I hear yelling from the hallway. Everyone out. Evacuate the building. It's Mr. Lewis, the janitor. He's banging on the gym doors like his life depends on it. The dude's face is white. And not like, oh no, someone spilled fruit punch on the floor kind of panic. No. He looks terrified. Get out now. I said get out. Now it's a full-blown stampede. People are screaming, pushing, climbing over tables. One guy sprints straight into a balloon arch and takes it down with him. I grab my cup, my phone, and bolt toward the door with everyone else. But the doors aren't budging. We're locked in. It's pure chaos. Some people are crying, others are shouting at the DJ to turn off the music, which is still playing Pitbull, by the way. Like, bro, read the room. I turn to look for Ava, but she's nowhere in sight. I shout her name, nothing. Suddenly, a side door near the stage bursts open and Coach Thompson comes charging in, yelling, "Back away from the doors. Stay calm." Yeah, right. Like anyone's gonna stay calm when they think they're about to die to the soundtrack of "Give Me Everything Tonight." It's not an active shooter, Coach yells over the noise. It's a chemical spill. Or something. Wait. What? Apparently, someone had set off a stink bomb in the boys' locker room. But not just any stink bomb. This thing was military grade, allegedly bought online from some sketchy site in Belarus or something. It wasn't just a smell. It made people sick. Like, eyes watering, lungs burning sick. A few football players who'd been near the locker room were already outside puking in the bushes. The smell had spread through the air vents into the gym. That's what triggered the panic. And the kicker? The fire alarms never even went off. So here we are, 200 plus teenagers trapped in a gym that smells like a biohazard dumpster, everyone freaking out while a fire safety playlist of Pitbull's greatest hits blares from the speakers. I half expected the sprinklers to go off and just soak us all for dramatic effect. Coach Thompson was trying to talk people down while pulling out his radio to call for help. Meanwhile, someone starts banging from the other side of the gym doors again. It's Mr. Lewis, still yelling, and now he's got a walkie-talkie too. "They're coming to get you out," he shouts. "Just stay away from the vents." We all collectively look up. There are like 5 massive industrial vents lining the gym walls. And the smell is definitely getting worse. Some kids are gagging, others are sitting on the floor with their hoodies over their faces. And then Ava shows up out of nowhere, clutching her phone and looking like she just ran a marathon. "Where were you?" I yell. "Bathroom. I was taking selfies. I thought someone set off fireworks." Of course she did. I tell her what's happening and her eyes go wide. "Wait, is this like terrorism? Are we gonna be on the news?" "Only if we survive," I mutter. That's when the sirens started. You could hear them from inside, wailing from blocks away, getting closer fast. Fire trucks. Ambulances. Probably hazmat teams if Coach's walkie-talkie call was accurate. Everyone got real quiet real fast, like maybe help arriving made it more real. Then the gym doors finally creaked open and in walks the actual fire department. Full suits, helmets, even masks. One of them had a giant metal tank strapped to his back, like he was about to ghostbust the stink out of the place. We were herded toward the exit like a panicked herd of glittery sheep. One guy, football team captain, tall, dramatic, always shirtless in photos, acted like he had inhaled poison gas. He threw himself to the ground, gasping like a Shakespearean actor. "Tell my mom." I fought bravely, he wheezed, while his girlfriend rolled her eyes and filmed it for TikTok. I grabbed Ava and we booked it outside, where the air was 10 times better but still carried that haunting egg fart scent. We stood in the parking lot under the blinking lights of emergency vehicles, surrounded by classmates in sequins, satin, and chaos. And the DJ? Still had the audacity to be packing up his gear like he wasn't the background track to our collective trauma. "Wasn't my fault," he muttered, holding up his AUX cord like it was cursed. We all stared at Kenny, that Kenny from third period chem, who was suspiciously quiet. He didn't say a word. Just stood there, hands in his pockets, a little smile on his face. I swear I heard him whisper, "Worth it." Once we were all outside, the chaos didn't really stop. The teachers tried to corral us into safe zones that were basically duct-taped squares in the parking lot. Mr. O'Brien, the calculus teacher, was shouting at people to form orderly lines, while holding a clipboard like that would stop biological warfare. Ava and I ended up in the same zone as Kenny, which was the most awkward vibe possible. She kept glancing at him like he was a true crime podcast episode and she was the host. "He definitely did it," she whispered. "I mean, yeah," I said. "Who else would order a weaponized fart cloud for fun?" Meanwhile, the hazmat team went inside, and for a solid 20 minutes, nobody knew if this was gonna be, like, a school closed for a month situation or just a get it together by Monday kind of disaster. Some kids called their parents. Others live-streamed the whole thing. One girl actually tried to interview the fire chief on her Instagram Live. He shut her down with a glare that could melt titanium. Coach Thompson walked past us, coughing into his elbow, and told us school was officially done for the night. "You'll all be getting a follow-up email," he rasped. "And probably a tetanus shot." We laughed, but also like, not really. Then someone's phone buzzed. Then another. Then mine. The school sent out an alert. "Spring Fling is canceled. Please go home immediately. Parent pickup is available in the front lot. All students must be signed out." The problem? No one had told the parents what actually happened yet. So now the parking lot is filled with two types of people. The kids who think this is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to them, and the parents showing up looking absolutely terrified because all they got was a vague message saying chemical incident. One mom jumped out of her minivan and started screaming, "Where is my child? Is it radiation?" like she was expecting to find her son glowing in the dark. Another dad tried to push past a paramedic to personally investigate the air quality. Chaos squared. Ava's mom pulled up in record time, blasting the car horn like she was summoning demons. She rolled down the window and yelled, "Get in! And don't touch anything," as if we were covered in plague spores. Honestly, not the worst assumption. We got in the car, and the entire ride home was her asking, "Do I need to call a lawyer? A doctor? A priest?" All three. Ava tried explaining what happened, but every time she said, "Stink bomb," her mom would yell, "That's not funny, Ava. This is a terrorist attack." Meanwhile, my phone was blowing up. Group chats were exploding. Memes were already being made. Someone edited the gym into a mushroom cloud with Pitbull's face photoshopped on the sun. I saved it instantly. By the time I got home, the school had issued an official statement. It basically said, "We are investigating a student's use of prohibited chemical devices. We are grateful to emergency services for their swift response. Classes will resume Monday pending further air quality tests." Oh, and the kicker? They ended the message with, "We appreciate your understanding and apologize for the inconvenience." An inconvenience. My lungs were still recovering from eau de rotten egg doom. That night I laid in bed, half expecting Kenny to go viral or end up on the news. Instead, I saw his Snapchat story, just a picture of the empty gym with the caption, "Legend behavior." I couldn't even argue. Monday hit like a brick. The school didn't cancel classes, but everything felt off. The gym was sealed off with plastic sheeting like it was a CSI crime scene. A bunch of those big industrial fans were set up in the halls, blasting out the stink. But honestly, it still smelled like boiled cabbage and regret. We were all herded into the auditorium for an emergency assembly during first period. Principal Cartwright stood on stage, looking like she aged 10 years over the weekend. She had that trying to stay calm while barely holding it together smile. "Good morning," she said, deadpan. As you know, Friday's event was unprecedented. You could hear someone in the back snort. Probably Jason from Drama Club. He lives for this kind of tension. "We are cooperating with local authorities in an ongoing investigation. In the meantime, we ask that all students remain respectful and refrain from spreading rumors or memes." Too late. Half the school had matching t-shirts printed over the weekend with the phrase "Spring Fumes 2025. Even the teachers were giggling behind their clipboards. Then the real bomb dropped. "We have identified the individual responsible. Due to privacy laws, we cannot name the student, but we are taking appropriate disciplinary action." Everyone turned to look at Kenny. And Kenny? He stood up. Not like getting escorted out or anything. Just stood up. Stretched. Looked around. Sat back down like it was a standing ovation. Legend behavior, honestly. Rumor had it he got suspended for 2 weeks. Someone else said he was just given detention. One kid claimed he was working with the FBI now. Honestly, nobody knew. He was back in school by Thursday, strolling through the halls like a war hero. Ava made eye contact with him at lunch. He winked. She choked on her juice box. It was a moment. And me? I was just glad to be breathing freshish air again. But part of me knew deep down, no school event was ever gonna top that night. It's funny how something totally chaotic can end up weirdly bonding people. Like, the Monday after the spring fling fallout, as we now called it, cliques didn't really matter. Jocks were laughing with theater kids. The student council president high-fived the kid who once got detention for setting off the hand dryers. A shared trauma, I guess. Even the teachers had this new kind of chill. Mr. Talbot, who once gave me detention for chewing gum, saw me with a literal contraband bag of gummy worms and just nodded. Nodded. Like we were war vets who'd seen things. Ava and I couldn't stop talking about it. Every walk to class was just rehashing the timeline like we were prepping for a Netflix docuseries. "I still can't believe the doors locked," she said. "I still can't believe the DJ kept playing Pitbull," I replied. People started taking selfies in front of the plastic-covered gym doors. One guy even made a mockumentary for his video production class called Fumes Day. It won Best Project of the semester. It wasn't just the laughs, though. There was this bizarre sense of pride. Like, yeah, we lived through that. Yeah, we breathed in the doom cloud and still showed up for algebra. What of it? And honestly, I started to feel like I was part of something. I've always been the blend into the wall type, but now? Random people would pass me and say, "Yo, you were by the snack table when it all started, right?" I was the snack table witness. A survivor. Even my older brother, who never texts me unless he needs something, sent a message that said, "Just saw TikTok. Your school's wild. You famous now." I didn't reply. I just smiled. Because maybe for once, high school didn't totally suck. The plastic finally came down from the gym doors 2 weeks later. There was a weird ceremony about it. I'm not even joking. They made a little announcement over the intercom. The gym has been professionally restored and is now safe for student use. It sounded like they were reopening a haunted house. They even had a counselor come in to talk to us about event-related stress. She handed out pamphlets with titles like Processing Unusual School Events and When Laughter is a Coping Mechanism. No one took them. But we all got the message. The school wanted us to just move on. And we kinda did. Eventually, the memes slowed down. The jokes became inside ones. Kenny toned it down for a bit, probably court-ordered, who knows. Ava and I still walked by the gym and gave each other a look, though. That silent yep, that really happened look. But here's the thing. A few weeks later there was a pep rally. Nothing big, just a let's support our sports teams kinda thing. Back in the gym. The same gym. And they asked if anyone had song requests for the playlist. You already know where this is going. I don't know who did it. I may or may not have encouraged it. But when the opening beat of Give Me Everything Tonight started playing, yep, good ol, Pitbull, the entire crowd lost it. Cheering. Screaming. Like it was our national anthem. Even the principal laughed. Just a little. It was kind of perfect. That song? It wasn't just a meme anymore. It was our meme. Our chaos. Our weird, smoke-filled, unforgettable, absolutely unhinged night. And honestly, I'm kinda glad Ava dragged me there. Because now, when people ask me what my wildest high school memory is, I get to say, oh, you mean the time our school dance turned into a hazmat scene and Pitbull was the soundtrack to our evacuation? Legend behavior.